You're here as part of the yoga festival. What is that all about, and why did you get involved?
Well, I came here for a 4-day training later on last year, to do mindfulness and addiction, and I'd heard about it then, and I basically came because I'm interested in working with people with addictions, people in rehab, people coming out of jail, and particularly men. So I wanted to come and teach a men's class here, because I thought there was a gap for it. So
could you tell us a wee bit about what you get from yoga?
I laugh quite often. I work on building sites, so I like the company of men, I like the company of women as well, but I like the banter with men. So I'm quite happy teaching a men's class, because I can talk to the guys like I talk to guys at work. I can tell them to pull their bits out of the road if it's getting in the way. I can tell them, can crack jokes and lighten the mood, lighten the atmosphere, and hopefully make it accessible to basically working class men is what I'm interested in. That's my mantra. Men in general, working class men in particular.
So in terms of that, when you tell people, working class guys, that you practice yoga, what's generally the response for that? Do you feel they know what yoga actually is?
In the past, the reaction generally would have been, say 10, 15 years ago on a building set, would have been either you're gay, or you're a weirdo, or you're a gay weirdo, right? C'est la vie, you're what you are. So no, men have changed. Men have totally changed. There's football players. Everybody's doing yoga. Andy Murray's doing yoga. The attitude now is like, oh, right, I've got a wee bit of a bad back, and they're sitting down and they're telling you they're stressed out and all that. So the attitude of men's changed, thankfully. But the provision for your average guy to actually go to yoga and feel comfortable about it isn't there yet. So I'm trying to redress the balance with that.
It's often seen as a fairly middle class kind of yummy mummy type thing, so lots of lycra and very expensive looking gear. Is it an expensive hobby, and is that a fair kind of summation of what yoga is, or yoga classes?
And to a large extent it is quite unapproachable to some extents, but people need to take themselves outside of themselves as well and have a wee go and just step out and see. There's no reason why should your average guy not be there. Why should your average guy not show up at a yoga class and go, I'm going to have a go at this is good. And this is why I'm trying to do it, because I've found yoga and I think, this is good for me, it's good for my head, it's good for my body. You tie it all together and I look at it and I see it as sharing the wealth. I think this is a good thing. It's personal wealth. It doesn't cost a lot. You can go to a yoga class for £5 or £6 a week. You buy. People are buying crap online, they're buying all sorts. They go to the pub and have a couple of pints that they didn't want. So go to a yoga class, something different.
So just on that, do you need a lot of equipment? Do you need expensive stuff to actually be able to do yoga?
No, go to Decathlon and buy cheap stuff.
Go to what?
Decathlon, big sports shop, buy cheap stuff. Shop in a pair of joggies at a Primark and a t-shirt, that's it. A lot of people supply the mats for you. I supply mats, belts, blocks. And actually, I'll tell you this one, it's quite funny. In Glasgow, I bought grey mats because I didn't want to buy green, I didn't want to buy blue, I didn't want to buy orange, and I didn't want to buy pink because it was for guys. So I found the only thing that was left was grey mats, and just by luck they were half price. So I've ended up with grey mats, grey blocks, grey straps. It's probably ideal for actually teaching in the jail right now. But it's good. My kit's pretty drab, but I found that as it's went on, actually, I didn't really need to bother with the blue and the green and all the rest of it. So my expectations of who was coming were a wee bit off kilter, but I was trying to cover all the bases. So no, you can buy a cheap mat, you can buy cheap clays, you can show up without a mat. Just show up. I just want people to come.
So what would you say, is there an average kind of guys that come along to your groups, or is there a general kind of impression of the people that come along to your group?
No, I've got a butcher, I've got an aerial rigger, I've got a taxi driver, I've got a coach builder, I've got guys that do office work, I've got quite a variety of guys. So, no really. Like I say, guys have changed, men have opened up a bit, and I put up a poster that said yoga for men. You couldn't get any simpler and bolder. And they've showed up on the first night. Everybody stood in the mats with their trainers on because nobody had any experience of yoga. And I thought to myself, brilliant, that's who I'm after. This is the guys I want. Guys with no background in yoga, no clue about yoga. That way they don't know if I'm crap or not, you know what I mean?
Somebody was, you know, if you were trying to kind of, if you were suggesting to somebody the benefits that they could get out of just coming along to a class if they've never done it before, what might that be? What might the benefits they get?
Benefits, well, I'll guarantee you a laugh, right? Because I'm usually slagging off the students and all the rest of them. We're slagging each other and having a bit of carry on. Basic, a wee bit of a better sense of well-being. You leave there just feeling that wee bit better, wee bit more flexible, wee bit stronger. Pretty much that. I mean, it's not going to change your life overnight. But if you don't go away feeling a bit better than you came in, I'd be surprised, really.
That was the one thing I forgot. What kind of level of fitness and stuff do they need coming in?
Nothing. Don't need any level of fitness, you just need to show up. That's it. Just show up and we'll work with you.